Worst concert I've ever seen, and that's not just because I don't like her. Some people just can't accept the fact that their time has passed. And so they're using all these young girls. Nicki, let me just hear her name. Political. Nicki's using all these young girls to be able to leverage their name because she fell off.
Who would have ever imagined Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj agreeing on anything after their long, messy feud? Their drama was so wild that back in September 2023, Jason dropped a serious bombshell. He claimed that Nicki and her husband allegedly put a hit on him. Can you believe that? He even said he had proof and planned to take it straight to the district attorney. So yeah, these two have been going at it for years, throwing shade left and right. But in the world of fame and power, alliances shift fast, and sometimes the enemy of your enemy turns into your business partner. Now, word on the street is Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj might actually be joining forces against Jay-Z. What a plot twist. This is wild because Jason's been known to call out big names for gatekeeping in the industry, and Jay-Z's name has come up more than once. He's made some bold claims about Hive that have gotten him into serious heat with the Carters. This new alleged alliance could shake up the entire celebrity power circle. Jason didn't hold back when he went on his podcast and dropped a wild claim. He said Jay-Z had been sending people to call him, warning him to keep quiet. He literally said, "Jay-Z, I know you're watching because you got people calling me. Stop having people call me. You can call me yourself. You know how to get my number. You got people calling me. Call me yourself, because this right here is gonna go viral." That's straight up bold. Then he told his audience, "If I do come up missing, all the calls I've been getting have been about him." That statement had people clutching their phones like, what did he just say? This was the first time Jason openly painted himself as someone being targeted by what he called the Rock Nation machine, the same one Nicki Minaj has been tweeting about. After that, fans noticed a major shift. Jason started aligning himself with others who've been speaking out against Jay-Z and Rock Nation, like Jaguar Wright and Nicki herself. Things were definitely starting to heat up. And here's where it gets even juicier. Word is that this whole peace treaty between Jason and Nicki began brewing after Jay-Z picked Kendrick Lamar for the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show, completely skipping over Lil Wayne. Nicki went online and made her frustrations loud and clear, while Jason switched gears. Instead of clowning her, he focused his coverage on how unfair the industry's gatekeeping really is. That move had people saying, wait a second, are Jason and Nicki actually on the same side now? Fans couldn't help but notice that Jason didn't go straight for the jugular this time when Nicki had one of her public meltdowns. That was strange. Usually he's the first to roast her online, but not lately. And yeah, people remember that just a few months back, Jason was jumping on that viral Deport Nicki hashtag and calling her out for her controversial political takes. He even said she had a weird obsession with D after that wild post-Grammy rant. It was messy. But fast forward to late 2025 and early 2026, something clearly changed. Jason's tone softened big time. Instead of calling Nicki crazy, he started suggesting she might actually be a pawn in a bigger game. According to him, she's being used by powerful political and industry players behind the scenes. That shift had fans shook because Jason never used to show her this kind of sympathy.
Nicki to be the queen that she could be. I want her to be respected and regarded the way that she deserves to be for her talent. But, nonetheless, you gotta own what you own. All right.
On his podcast, he broke it down. He said Nicki's controversial moves might just be the desperate actions of someone who's been purposely shut out of the industry elite by people like Jay-Z. And let's be real, Jason's been on a roll lately, going off on the so-called gatekeepers who control who rises and who gets frozen out. Meanwhile, Nicki's been shouting the same thing, accusing big names like Jay-Z of trying to block her shine to boost artists like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion instead. Things are getting tense, and fans are wondering if these two are gearing up for something big together. Nicki didn't hold back when she went on that fiery rant about Jay-Z and Tidal. She straight up accused them of scamming her and trying to buy her silence with $1 million. She wanted everyone to know her side of the story when it came to Jay-Z's music streaming platform and the sale of Tidal. Claimed both Jay-Z and Steve Stout were spreading lies about her involvement, and she wasn't letting that slide. She even said she believed Jay-Z was throwing serious money behind Megan Thee Stallion's Hiss just to make sure it outperformed her own track, Bigfoot. That accusation sent shockwaves through the fan base. But that wasn't all. Nicki later suggested she's been professionally sabotaged by Jay-Z and his circle. She claimed that's the real reason she's been holding back on dropping new music. According to her, someone powerful has been working overtime to mess with her career and even her marriage to Kenneth Petty. Nicki said an unnamed party had been spreading lies and trying to turn her own husband against her, using friends in high places to stir up trouble. That's some next-level drama. And Nicki didn't stop there. She also said her social media presence was being shadow banned to crush her visibility and hurt her brand. She pulled out receipts, showing how features that used to display what she liked had suddenly disappeared. Plus, she reposted messages from fans who claimed they were having weird, unexplained glitches every time they tried to engage with her content. It looked like something shady was happening behind the scenes, and Nicki wanted the world to know it. Nicki also shared a shocking interview with Demery Hadley, the estranged daughter of Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez. In that interview, Dem dropped serious accusations, claiming she was suing her own mother for allegedly having her committed to a mental institution. But the part that really caught everyone's attention was when Dem said Roc Nation had sabotaged Nicki Minaj and stripped her of her freedom of speech. That statement hit hard and got fans buzzing like crazy. Dem didn't stop there. She claimed Roc Nation went after Nicki's family too. According to her, they targeted Nicki's husband and even her child, and she warned that what's happening should really scare the American people. That's a bold claim that sent chills through the internet. Now, the big talk is that Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj might be secretly teaming up to expose Jay-Z. And honestly, it makes sense. They've both gone quiet on attacking each other lately, which is way out of character for them. Something's definitely brewing behind the scenes. Word on the street is that Jason's been whispering behind the scenes that Jay-Z and Beyonce might have actually put out a professional hit on Nicki Minaj. Yeah, that's what's being said, and it's wild. But here's the thing, this wouldn't even be the first time rumors like that have surrounded the Carters. People have been throwing that kind of speculation around for years. Take Blue Cantrell, for example. She was once a powerhouse vocalist, topping charts and catching label attention from every direction. Record companies were literally fighting to sign her. But then in 2004, right after dropping several hits, Arista Records suddenly forgot to renew her contract. Like seriously, how do you forget to renew a star like that? It made no sense.
Nicki is obsessed with right? She says Chrissy Teigen has one. She's called me a she's called Don Lemon a I don't know what her obsession with are. But you know, here's the deal. I'm not thinking of Nicki Minaj today. I think that what she's doing, just the troping, the continuous disregard for the LGBT community, for her fans, for humanity, for everybody, it's an embarrassment to the culture. So I'm not really thinking of Nicki. And I think Billy Porter told my reporter the other day on the red carpet exactly how we're all.
Around that same time, Blue realized something wasn't adding up. Despite her success, the money wasn't matching the fame. In an interview with You Know I Got Soul, she admitted she wished she'd had someone to help guide her through all the business side chaos. That statement hit deep. It sounded like someone who'd been left out in the cold by people who knew exactly what they were doing. And after that, Blue basically disappeared from the spotlight. The last major report we got about her was back in 2012, when news broke that she'd been hospitalized for a psychological evaluation in Santa Monica. Fans have always wondered what really happened behind the scenes. And now, with Jason bringing up names like Jay-Z and Beyonce again, people are starting to connect some dark dots. When police showed up that night, witnesses said Blue Cantrell had been running through the streets, screaming about someone trying to poison her with gas. The situation got so intense that bystanders had to call the cops. It was heartbreaking to see a once glowing star in such a chaotic moment. People started whispering right away that her breakdown might have been connected to some behind-the-scenes drama with Beyonce, since rumors claimed Jay-Z had allegedly been interested in her. There were even whispers that Jay-Z and Blue might have shared a romantic connection back in the day, though Blue always denied it when asked. Still, she kept it real with Wendy Williams once, admitting she did have a big crush on Jay. That one confession was enough to fuel years of speculation. And Blue wasn't the only one caught up in these kinds of rumors. MYA was another major talent at the time, one of the most successful and respected artists in the game, and her name would soon get tangled in similar drama too. Back in the late 90s, Maya was that girl.
She dropped her debut album Maya in 1998 under Interscope Records, and it was a smash. Then came Fear of Flying and Mood Ring, both major hits that cemented her as one of R&B's brightest stars. In the US alone, Maya sold over 3.2 million albums, racked up awards, and even snagged a Grammy nomination. Her songs were topping charts left and right. She was unstoppable. But just like what happened with Blue Contrell, whispers started floating around about Maya and Jay-Z having a little something going on after they teamed up on the remix of her hit song Best of Me. When things allegedly went south between her and the Carters, her career suddenly started to fizzle, and fans began to suspect she'd been quietly sabotaged. It was déjà vu all over again. And Maya wasn't alone. The list of stars who've supposedly been blacklisted or iced out by the Carters' influence is long. We're talking names like Amiri, Tiara Mari, MIA, Carrie Hilson, and even Rihanna, honey. The pattern's too wild to ignore. This is exactly what Nicki Minaj has been sounding the alarm about. She said time and time again that her own career took a serious hit because of Jay-Z's behind-the-scenes moves. And lately, she's been taking it a step further, dropping extreme but unverified claims that some high-level industry figures, including Jay-Z himself, are mixed up in way darker dealings than people realize. Nicki didn't hold back when she made some explosive claims, accusing powerful industry figures of allegedly sacrificing young ones to maintain power. She even went as far as calling out the age gap in Jay-Z's rumored past with Aaliyah, and claims that he started dating Beyoncé when she supposedly wasn't of age yet. Those statements had social media spinning out of control. Nicki also tied her industry beef directly to politics. She posted a meme featuring Jay-Z, Aaliyah, and Beyoncé with the caption, "If you ever vote Demon Crowd again, your justice, solace, as they are and will perish." That line alone had people debating whether Nicki was just trolling or trying to send a serious message about how deep her issues with the industry truly go.
She has been through some trauma and some abuse with Rock Nation, with Desiree Perez, with other individuals. What I can say about that is I've witnessed and heard a lot of things. Again, it's hearsay, right? So it doesn't even matter. And that's why I'm not even going to go into detail with that. If I have the opportunity to speak with Nicki, would love to connect with her on that. But I've kind of seen, just like you firsthand, how they've they've abused her. They've abused of her platform. They have her talents. They've abused of her freedom of speech. They've her family, they've attacked her husband, they've attacked her child, and it's sad. It's really sad. Somebody so resourceful, talented, high profile as Nicki Minaj being targeted. It should really scare the American people. It should really scare you guys too, right? Because I'm the daughter, so it's like at this point, if it's happening to me, I think she's really outspoken, and I'm grateful that she's being outspoken on it, because I think she's almost seeing it like, well, it happened to me, it's happening to her, let me speak up on it. Nobody is safe right now.
And here's where Jason Lee comes back into the picture. People are saying he knows that the whole Jay-Z gatekeeping narrative is one of the hottest, most viral topics in entertainment right now. Even though he's been one of Nicki's biggest critics for years, Jason's a smart businessman, and he knows when to flip a story to his advantage. If Jason really does switch sides and joins Nicki in calling out what she claims is an industry machine working against her, it could be the biggest media play of his entire career. And honestly, it might benefit them both. Nicki's been drowning in headlines about her personal life and her political stunts, like that wild citizenship gold card situation, and she could use a media ally who's bold enough to take shots at the so-called gatekeepers without fear of corporate pushback. People have started catching on that Jason Lee's whole attitude toward Nicki Minaj has completely changed. He's gone from calling her dangerous to saying she's misunderstood by the industry. That's a major flip. And now fans are speculating that if Nicki brings the insider tea on how the music game allegedly really works, and Jason gives her the unfiltered platform to spill it, they could build a counter-Rock Nation movement that would shake hip-hop to its core. Just picture it, Nicki sitting down for a no-holds-barred interview on Hollywood Unlocked, naming names, dropping receipts, and airing out everything she's been holding back for years. The internet wouldn't just react, it would explode. That kind of interview would dominate every headline and timeline for weeks. But despite all the buzz about a possible peace treaty, Jason hasn't completely switched sides yet. Even as recently as early 2026, he's still been calling out Nicki's weird obsessions and her use of controversial slurs. So while it's clear they might share a common enemy in Rock Nation, Jason's not officially a barb just yet. Still, with all these quiet alliances forming, people can't help but wonder if there's some truth hiding in all these truce rumors. But things might be moving faster behind the scenes than anyone realizes. Rumors are now swirling that Nicki and Jason have actually met in private to discuss a possible collaboration, not music, but media. Word is they're planning to drop a major tell-all special that would blow the lid off what they both call industry manipulation. Insiders say this project could expose some of the biggest power players in entertainment, from executives to A-list artists, and reveal how careers are made or destroyed behind closed doors. Apparently, Jason's team has already started gathering footage, and Nicki's people are said to be reviewing contracts to make sure she's fully protected before going public. The buzz online is wild. Fans are calling it the Hollywood Unlocked ex-Queen radio collision, and everyone's wondering who's going to get dragged into it. Some insiders claim Jay-Z's camp has already caught wind of the possible expose, and that quiet calls have been made to keep things contained. If that's true, it means the stakes are sky high, because once this story drops, there's no turning back. And the craziest part? Rumor has it that other artists who felt blackballed by the industry are ready to come forward too, standing behind Nicki and Jason to finally tell their side of the story. If even half of this turns out to be true, this wouldn't just be a feud anymore. It'd be a full-on media war that could change the entire power structure of hip-hop forever. And now, things are getting even messier. Sources close to both camps are whispering that Rock Nation is not taking these new moves lightly. Allegedly, there's been a quiet scramble behind the scenes to discredit both Nicki and Jason before their rumored expose can even drop. Some insiders claim high-profile media outlets connected to the industry elite have suddenly started running hit pieces targeting them both, calling Nicki unstable and Jason obsessed with attention. The timing feels way too convenient, doesn't it?
I think they're in love.
Is politics speaking?
No, I really do think they're in love. I have a big crush on him, though. I'll tell you that much.
Did you fuck him?
Still have a crush on him? No.
Yes,
No, no, I didn't. No, I'm really selective about it.
What?
Really. I really like him, though. And I don't care who he's dating. I always had a crush on him, though.
If he came in right now and we were all not here.
What?
I'm just saying, you're in New York.
Yeah, okay. And what
And you ran into him and everything was right. Would you make that play?
I wouldn't turn it down. Let's just put it that way.
Meanwhile, fans have been noticing some strange online activity. Certain posts about Rock Nation or Jay-Z have reportedly vanished overnight. And even clips from Nicki's live streams have mysteriously disappeared from major platforms. Jason himself hinted about this during a recent podcast, saying, "When powerful people start panicking, the first thing they do is try to erase your voice." That statement set social media on fire. And get this, several former Rock Nation affiliates are allegedly being approached for interviews, but many are too scared to talk. People are saying NDAs, hush money, and career threats are being used to keep everyone silent. But with Jason being the kind of person who lives for controversy and Nicki having nothing left to lose, it sounds like neither of them is backing down anytime soon. If they really decide to go all in with this plan, the fallout could be massive. We're talking lawsuits, blacklists, and maybe even careers ending overnight. The industry might look calm on the surface right now, but behind the scenes, it's starting to boil. And just when it seemed like the drama couldn't possibly go any further, boom, new leaks are shaking up everything. Screenshots and anonymous DMs have started floating around online, allegedly showing private convos between industry insiders talking about how to contain Nicki and Jason's narrative before it spirals out of control. Some of these messages even hint that certain award shows and streaming platforms are being advised to quietly distance themselves from both of them. That's wild if true. Fans are now calling this whole saga the Roc Nation Cold War, saying it's turning into one of the biggest power struggles hip-hop's ever seen. And honestly, it's starting to look that way. Every time Nicki posts something, within minutes it's trending, not just in entertainment circles, but in politics too. She's not just making music anymore, she's stirring up a cultural movement that's challenging the entire system. Jason, on the other hand, is milking the attention like never before. He's been teasing cryptic posts like, "You think you've seen power? Wait until the truth drops." That one line had his comments section exploding with speculation about what's coming next. People are saying he's sitting on audio recordings, secret text threads, and maybe even a few unreleased interviews that could flip the narrative completely upside down. And the craziest part? Apparently, more celebrities are starting to slide into Nicki and Jason's circle, quietly offering support while staying low-key to protect their own brands. If those names ever leak, the internet won't just buzz, it'll erupt. This whole situation feels like it's building towards a massive, game-changing reveal that could shake the entire music industry to its core. And now, here we are, standing right at the edge of what could become the biggest media explosion hip-hop's ever seen. Everything's building up to this moment. Nicki Minaj and Jason Lee are both sitting on secrets, receipts, and connections that could flip the entire narrative upside down. The rumors, the alliances, the silent players creeping in from the shadows, it's all leading to one thing, a full-blown industry reckoning. Insiders are already whispering that a bombshell interview or docu-style special is coming soon, one that could name names, show evidence, and finally pull back the curtain on how the gatekeeping system really works. And if that happens, the power balance in entertainment might never be the same again. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Roc Nation, and all the other names tied up in this storm, every single one of them could be forced to face questions the industry's avoided for years. At this point, it's no longer about gossip. It's about who controls the narrative, who controls the money, and who's brave enough to speak when the world's watching. The fans are ready, the internet's buzzing, and the whole industry seems to be holding its breath. So now the question is, do you think Nicki and Jason are really teaming up to expose the truth? Or is this just another viral rumor meant to stir chaos before something even bigger drops? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Whose side are you on, and what do you think is really going down behind the scenes? The next move could change everything, and you know we'll be right here breaking it all down when it happens.